See, we have discovered the create a character menu.
Attunement, I assume, is related to spellcasting.
Yes.
So, question, does Knight Armor reduce stamina regen like it did in Demon Souls?
No.
No?
Just heavy.
So pretty much the only reason to go Warrior over Knight, it seems like, is if you want to be able to tweak your stats a little bit more. Since he starts at level 4 compared to level 5.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, you also get higher strength and dex, so your starting
but
damage
it's by
is a
like
little bit
4
better.
points.
Yeah.
Well, you start with either a strength or a dex weapon, right? Or maybe, I guess if they have double scaling, maybe, but at the same time, you're not going to have a huge amount to scale with. So you're going to gain very little more damage. Comparative to like a knight who probably has access to miracles at the start. I guess you get a tiny bit more resistance as well. And then there's Bandit, who I'm actually tempted to get with the caveat that I don't like that he has an axe and I haven't used the axe subset, and he doesn't have heavy armor.
He's got a big axe though.
But the stat allocation is kind of much nicer for what I want to try to do.
I mean, personally, I like going quality, because then there's not a lot of weapons that you can't use if you want to try them.
I mean, but that's trying, like, the goal isn't to, like, try stuff, right? The goal is to, like, kind of make the most out of what you have or what you're planning to get. To have focus. So, like, the problem is like, vitality is always good, so, like, it's between Bandit, Knight, and Warrior, I think. If I'm gonna do strength-based things. Like, the only thing, like, Like, my big concern is that, like, how much is 13 Dex actually gonna impact, I guess? Because, like, it might unlock just weapons, or unlock bows.
Well...
But having Knight unlocks, presumably would unlock a miracle.
So, the weird thing with
Bandage
stat requirements is if you don't have the dex for a weapon, then you kind of can't use it until you get it. Yeah. But if you don't have the strength for a weapon, then you can at least two-hand the weapon and likely have the strength you need.
My biggest thing with the Bandit is just the armor. Like, I don't know how quickly you're gonna get access to armor. That and the axe. Like, I have no idea how the axe weapon set works out. Then there's Hunter, who seems like a slightly skewed towards Dex warrior, but also has presumably worse gear. Unless he starts with a bow. He does start with a bow, as I see arrows.
Bow-wielding Hunter. Okay, close range, but weak with magic.
That's what they say. Not sure I believe that.
That's what they claim. That is the claim.
Do the canonical knight character.
I'll tell you that there's pretty much no wrong choices here.
There's always a wrong choice, especially in the early game. Find holy water, fully restores HP and status. Black Firebombs also more deadly than STD bomb. I love how it says STD bomb instead of standard bomb. So, Jesus Christ.
Uh-huh.
Any spray called humanity sometimes found on carcasses. Opens any basic lock. From a ancient ring with no obvious effects. Yo, gift from a witch. It's literally just a Bailet. So I noticed there's like Goddess Blessing, Firebomb, and Twin Humanity. Well, Goddess Blessing and Firebomb, those are one-time use items, I'm guessing.
Yes.
So really, they're just not good. And Tiny Sprite, what's Twin Humanities? Exactly.
It's basically your Stone of Ephemeral Eyes equivalent.
Okay, so it's usable once also.
Yeah, and yeah.
So that means binoculars, pendant, master key, tiny beans ring. Tiny beans ring seems okay. Old witch's ring and pendant, do they actually do anything, or?
Old witch's ring does do something. Pendant doesn't.
Pendant literally does nothing.
It literally does nothing. And it's great because Miyazaki once mentioned that it's his favorite starting item, and so people were like, "Oh God, what does it do? It must do something."
Nope.
No.
Both of these seem good. Binocular seems pretty decent also, but I assume you get items like the bow where you zoom in as well. So.
Yeah.
You know what? More HP. Well, is Master Key usable once, or is it usable constantly?
It's constantly used.
And do you normally have to buy keys?
No. Normally you'll find them. Or sometimes you can buy certain keys, but it's like specific keys. Like in Demon Souls, you have a specific key to a door.
What's the HP regen on Tiny Bean? Is it similar to Regen Ring?
So Tiny Bean's ring doesn't have regen. That's that's like they screwed up the description. What it actually does is it increases your maximum HP by a small amount.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well then.
It's weird that they say it recovers HP here, but in the actual item description it doesn't say that.
Very large.
Mm-hmm.
Well, give yourself a big head on top heavy.
Yep, big head mode.
Oh, you have like a slider for random. I appreciate that.
Mm-hmm. So the strategy for getting an abomination in this game is just going full different and mashing the button. Especially since that the sliders in this game are broken, in that you can offset them to go way in the direction that they shouldn't be able to.
I love how the strong literally just makes him have a bigger upper lip. It's very odd. Very odd. Weird. Time to see how shit this looks.
I think something's missing. No, it's there. Just get 5 o'clock shadow, I guess.
Yep, that's the game thinks a full beard looks like. Just 5 o'clock shadow. If I make the hormones feminine, I actually get a deeper green color. Figure that shit out.
Sliders.
I don't even know what old does. Very odd. Son of a bitch. What a great game. Ugh, okay. Like, what the fuck does... This is the worst menu ever. Like, what does this even mean?
Uh-huh.
What does it mean? Am I supposed to go back? I'm supposed to go
hit
back.
circle.
So I'm supposed to go back after I've done it.
Yeah.
In which
Yes.
in any other game there's a confirm.
Right.
Sorry, not any other game, just any other game that's not fucking terrible.
I'm always confused as it is.
I can make red.
Yep.
Make a red guy. It's very red.
All the red.
That's about as green as you can get for him. Sure. Whatever, man. Let's go for it. Back out. Time to find
Don't
an
lose it.
appropriate name.
Now is definitely the time to pull out your D&D names.
Wow. Only so many characters. How bad.
Yep.
Got it.
Big Bill.
Meet the big show.
It's Big Bill Armfire. Enter. Maybe. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very big. You won't believe how big
In
he
the
is.
age of ancients, the world
The
was
age of-
unformed, shrouded by fog,
In the age of poorly,
a land
pixelated.
of grey crags,
tracks.
arch trees,
Damn.
and everlasting dragons. But then there was fire, and with fire came disparity. Heat and cold, life and death, and of course, light and dark. Then from the dark they came
Is this...
and
Dark
found the
Souls.
souls of lords within
Yeah.
the flame.
There they are. They're the Dark Souls.
Nito,
There's...
the first of the dead. The Witch of Izalith and her daughters of Chaos. Gwyn, the Lord of Sunlight, and his faithful knights. primitive pygmy, so easily forgotten.
Hey, look, it's Gollum. You remember Gollum, guys?
With the strength of lords, they challenged the dragons. Grim's mighty lords peeled apart their stone skills. The witches weaved great firestorms. Nito unleashed a miasma of death and disease.
What a nice guy. He's clearly not a bad
The
guy.
scales betrayed his own, and the dragons were no more. Thus began the Age of Fire. But soon the flames will fade, and only dark will remain.
Rave Lord Nito. Just dance till you're dead.
Even now, there are only embers. And man sees not light, but only endless nights. And amongst the living are seen carriers of the accursed dark side.
The Dark Ring, you might say. Huh?
Yeah.
Huh? Huh?
Oh
Fucking-
boy.
Your berserk is showing, Miyazaki.
Yes, indeed. The dark sign brands the undead. And in this land, the undead are corralled and led to the north.
Volataria.
Where they are locked away to await the end of the world.
The Tower of Latria.
This is your fate.
But I don't
Canada.
wanna be dead.
Yeah. So,
That
Remember
row of
that character?
orderly cockroaches. Hey. Now I'm all green and gross, I guess.
yeah. So remember the character you made? He's now bacon.
Alright, what do I got? Hey, I got a sword. Get my sword, Danny! Okay, equip load. So there's an equip load, but there's not really a item burden, you're saying?
No, not actually.
Okay.
If you want to talk about technically. But then
It's
we
like
get into absurd
millions of
business.
pounds. Yeah.
Yeah, they didn't remove it, but they set it to like 10,000 units or something absurd.
What if I took off my sword and I just punched this guy? How about I punch
You
your
can do
shit? How about I backstab punch your shit? No? That's not how it works?
Right bumpers attack?
Yes.
Alright.
Of all the buttons that could be attacked.
It's not that weird once you get used to it.
How about I target your shit? How about I punch that guy to death? He seems like a guy I could punch. Big
Around
punch.
like a ragdoll?
Oh, look at this guy. Just taking it in the ass.
Unarmed level 1 run? No thanks.
Ready to punch some shit.
Do it.
You need better weapons.
Is there shit in pots in this one? Or no?
I mean, like if you see a corpse in a pot. So there
Right.
can't be. Just-
Literally tells me get away.
Yep.
But in order to read that,
Yep.
Oh, asylum. Better lock this one. I just sworn from this fight you just jump on top and stab them.
Yeah.
I am doing such good damage to him. I can't believe the damage. Actually punching him is working out better.
That's how bad the sword hilt is.
I assume I'm supposed to die here. Yeah.
Well,
Again, supposed to. Unless I was supposed to backtrack, which I guess I could have done.
I mean, you ran right by it.
Well, I ran to the door and it was locked, so...
And then you ran to the torches. And you just ignored them.
No, I ran to the right was the problem, so I didn't catch the torches. And I think I locked on. I don't know. Could I backtrack and hit the Abyss Demon? Or did the gate close behind me?
The gate closed.
Boo. Bad game. That's some fucking fog.
Yep. Actually, it's light. I think it says enter the light. Get it? 'Cause you're dead.
First, let's examine the battlefield. Ow. I'm not sure I would have been able to actually see that had I been actually looking up.
It's pretty dark.
Oh, no backswing on the battle axe. Questionable. It's locked. Did you just respawn?
If you rested at the bonfire, yeah.
Oh. Okay. Trap didn't reset though.
Nope.
Oh, I apparently just missed this opening because of the lightning.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, it wasn't there the first time you passed by it.
Oh.
The boulder rolled into it.
Oh. Yeah, the boulder's there.
Oh, you. You're no hollow.
Look at this
Thank
guy.
goodness.
Just this
I'm
godly
done for, I'm
ray of
afraid.
light.
I'll die soon, then lose my sanity. I wish to ask something of you. You and I are both undead. Hear me out, will you? Regrettably, I have failed in my mission, but perhaps you can keep the torch lit. There is an old saying in my family: thou who art undead art chosen. in thine exodus from the undead asylum, maketh pilgrimage to the land of ancient lords. When thou ringeth the bell of awakening, the fate of the undead thou shalt know. Well, now you know. And I can die with hope in my heart. Oh, one more thing. Here, take this. An Estus flask. An undead favorite.
Okay.
Oh, and this. Now I must bid farewell. I would hate to harm you after death. So go now, and thank you.
So, what if I just kill him?
He just gives you it, or he drops it.
No, I mean, like now.
Oh, you
Guessing
could.
he doesn't drop any of this sweet gear.
No.
I must bid. I would hate to harm you up, and thank you.
Bad game. Just... Yo, do I get to do a sick down stab on this guy? Oh, maybe he'll just fly right now.
That's also true, Alfredo.
Wow.
Wow,
Guy
just waiting
hates
too
it.
long?
Okay.
Boy, he's thick though.
Okay. Yeah, I really don't like the Axe's speed moveset. I mean, it hits hard, but
Yeah. If you miss, the swing arc is a lot bigger.
gained 1 humanity. Attention souls, man.
Hi, Souls Man.
Only in the ancient legends it is stated that one day an undead shall be chosen
Picked up by a crow.
Big crow.
to leave the undead asylum in pilgrimage to the land of the ancient lords. Lordran.
Literally called Lordran.
The land of lords.
Hey, Boletaria.
Lordran.
Look at this Boletaria. Clearly the same universe.
Yeah.
Lordran's your nexus? No, it's not. Because there's a everlasting kind of continual worlds. That can't work. So what do these
Bonfires.
things mean? Who the fuck knows? Got humanity. Let's talk to
Yep.
this. Let's talk to the hero. The distressed hero from Demon Souls.
Well, what do we have here?
Yep,
Literally
actually-
the distressed
Be
hero.
a new arrival.
Actually, the same
Let
character.
me guess. Fate of the undead.
Same voice
right?
actor, even.
Well, you're not the first. But there's no
Almost the same
salvation
lines,
here.
also.
You'd have done better to rot in the undead asylum. But too late now. Well, since you're here, let me help you out. There are, actually, 2 bells of awakening. One's up above in the undead church. The other is far, far below, in the ruins at the base of Blight Town. Ring them both, and something happens. Brilliant, right? Not much
Good
to
thing
go
you
on,
can't talk.
but I have a feeling that won't stop you. So, off you go. It is why you came, isn't it? To this accursed land of the undead?
It's really good that this guy doesn't actually move his lips.
Ah, your face.
Mm-hmm.
You're practically hollow. But who knows? Going hollow could solve quite a bit.
I mean, why would he need to move his lips? You don't even see his face.
Yeah, I do. I can go like this and see his face pretty well, actually.
What? Restoring your humanity? Well, there are a few ways to go about it. Collect it bit by bit from corpses. Or you can butter up a cleric and get yourself summoned. And the quickest way, although I'd never do it, is to kill a healthy undead and pillage its humanity. Coveting thy neighbor is only human, after all. What are you looking at? Don't try anything clever. You might regret it.
I might regret it, huh?
What? You want to hear more? Oh, that's all we need. Another inquisitive soul.
Yeah, you might.
Well, listen carefully then. One of the bells is up above in the undead church, but the lift is broken. You'll have to climb the stairs up the ruins and access the undead burg through the waterway. The other bell is back down below the undead burg, within the plague-infested Blight Town. But I'd die again before I step foot in that cesspool. Bloody hell, what is it now? You ask too many questions.
Learn gesture.
Yeah.
I learned to shrug. Similar soul amount progression, I'm guessing.
For levels?
Yeah.
Or like for, yeah.
Uh-oh. Skeleman.
In fact, I want to say they use the same or a very similar algorithm. Or like a ramp for it.
Ooh. That didn't do a lot of damage.
No, it didn't.
Which means I need a bludgeon weapon.
Does it?
I mean, traditional D&D is you want bludgeon weapons for skeletons.
Mm-hmm.
And since this game is obsessed with being a traditional dungeon crawler.
You do stagger them in one hit though, so that's
Correct.
nice.
That's why I'm able to just abuse them. Well. They also don't really seem keen on blocking anything. Okay. Well, Estus heals at least 50% of my health right now. Right now. Ooh, more Skulamans. But this one has a big sword. He's going nuts, though, on that wall.
Yep.
Ow. Oh wow. They reformed a lot faster that time. So they give you a lot of Estus to play with at the beginning of the game. Oh, well, there's our poison bar. Or something bar. What's the shit bar? You know, the brown shit stain?
Bleed.
Oh. Ow. Ow. Getting off before them is a problem. Audacious round shield. Ow. Okay. Also, much more recovery on using an Estus Flask than using an herb. Another thing I'm noticing.
Yep.
Ow. Okay. Ow. That was a really bad Estus use, but we got away with it. Wait, why didn't that stagger that guy that time? Questionable.
I don't think it was a full hit. Like, it didn't do as much damage either.
I was thinking to move in such a way that I would stagger them on their fall animation. But then I was like, can I move in the water? React fast enough. Head up here first, I guess. That's a big boner. Alright, so since we haven't fought in big boners before, we're just gonna go ahead and get our Estus refilled and work from there. Okay. So that was doing like 14, I think. Over, bitch. Okay, that did not do more. Big power attack, though. Works, though.
Big power.
Unless he does that and it does less damage. For seemingly no reason. What a mysterious game. Oh. Alright, so that's not an animation, that's an actual fucking shockwave, so... Okay. Ooh, 500 souls. Interesting. By interesting, I mean pretty fucking deadly.
Yep.
Okay. How do I want to approach this? The answer is I might not want to approach it. Okay. Well, that guy fucks off, kind of. Maybe he doesn't. I kinda do? It's very mysterious. Ow. Okay. Damn it. Come on. No? Okay. That was nice how it targeted me on the thing that I couldn't possibly hit with my melee attack. Appreciate it. I really can't get that jumping attack down at all.
It's weird. Probably because it's a analog button.
Ow. Okay. Yeah, I cannot get it to come out at all. I keep trying and it's just costing me hits. Yo, what's up, Bagel? Very still uncertain about how his stagger works as well. I guess it's maybe at a certain health total. Fucking shit. Alright.
It kind of builds up, but it like gets reduced over time.
Which I guess is a decent fix to AI manipulation, but... Nice fucking miss. Nice miss right through him again. Okay, well, we're headed back to the bonfire again. So is shoddy hit detection just across the entirety of the series?
No. Maybe just
Or is it just
stop
certain
being
enemies?
bad.
I know.
It's-
That's what I would tell the programmers.
I mean, you really whiffed the one guy. The last hit I saw.
Well, the first hit where he was on the ground, I was literally auto-targeted onto him, and it swung, and it just swung away from him, despite the fact that I wasn't directionally influencing it at all. So it was pretty clearly trying to attack like one of his bones or some shit, but it doesn't work when they're reforming. And the second one, I hit him with the tip of my axe. I at least made contact with it. Whether I got a glancing blow or a full hit, I don't know, but it should have fucking worked. I guess I would put it this way. If it was the enemy that did that, it would have counted as a hit. I don't know if I went down this path. Catacombs. know what those things do. Or not? Huh. Did he resurrect because I left the area, or because the soul thing got him?
Neither.
Huh. So these guys resurrect. Yes, they resurrect. Huh? Look, alright. Alright, we're gonna try a different direction. Let's try up here. There's the damage. Well, he's dead. Ow. So, I mean, he says that you could go up or down, which is, I guess, something. But, I mean, the fact that that one guy was there, the, cleric, I don't know. I suppose the 4 skeletons and then the path leading to the catacombs is supposed to be your clue at that point.
Yeah.
I mean, the damage is another thing too, but if those were literally like the first enemies I had fought in this area, and I was able to kill them, it was just slower. That's a big rat. I'll tell you that for free.
Huge rat.